Hello everyone and welcome back again. Today we're going to graph an inequality together. So step one in doing this is to just treat your basically the equation, that inequality that you've been given, as an equation. So I'm going to write this as an equation with a equal sign. So y is equal to negative 3x plus 2. All right. Now, I know that from basically the linear function, and linear function is any function that's in the form of y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So using this piece of information, I can graph the inequality that I've been given. I know that negative 3 is going to be my slope, which is literally negative 3 over 1. So you can write it as negative 3 over 1 to understand what your run is. Your rise is negative 3 and your run is 1. And 2 is obviously your y-intercept. So if you give this function 0, you're going to get 0 and 2, which is your y-intercept. All right, the second step is to graph what we just found out. So let's go ahead. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. First, let's graph our y-intercept, which is right here on this point. This is 0 and 2. The next step is to go ahead and use this piece of information that we've been given about the slope and find another point to draw a line. So the slope is negative 3 over 1. We can go down 1 unit. So the rise is negative 3, so that means that we should go down 3 units. That's 1, 2, we end up on 0, and another unit we end up on negative 1. And then the run is 1, so we go right 1 unit. Then we end up on this point. So 3 units down and 1 unit to the right. All right? You can also graph this function just using a table, but I did it using this other method so that you also learn how to do this one as well. If you want to learn how to do it using a table, you can watch my other video. All right, the next step is to just connect these 2 points. There we go. Let's use a ruler. So let me bring the ruler out. There we go. All right, there you go. So as you can see now, this is the linear function graphed. However, we want to graph this inequality, right? It's y is greater than or equal to negative 3x plus 2. How do we do that? Well, we choose a test point. So the second step, actually this should be the third step after graphing it, is to choose a test point on this graph that lies, for example, one of the best test points to choose is always 0 and 0. Right now I'm gonna choose 0 and 0. I'm gonna put it in my function. So x is 0, y is 0. I'm going to put it back inside my main function, which is y is greater than or equal to negative 3x plus 2. So I'm going to get 0 is greater than or equal to negative 3 times 0 plus 2. All right, so I'm going to get 0 is greater than or equal to 2. Is that true or false? Well, we obviously know this is false because 0 is obviously not greater than 2. So the point 0 and 0 was right around here. This is 0 and 0, which is beneath this line. That means all the points above this line are true and accepted, but all the points beneath this line are false. You can also choose another test point on the other side. For example, you can choose 1 and 3 right there. 1 and 3. All right, and you can test it out and see whether you got this